Standard features on all of our wall tents include a zipper door, a sod cloth, ridge pole sleeves, the stove jack, ropes with metal tensioners, and steel stakes. Our stove jacks come in your choice, 4-inch, 5-inch, or 6-inch diameter opening. Keep in mind when you order your stove jack, you want to have a little bit of gap around your stove pipe and your stove jack, so if the wind is blowing, your stove jack is free to move up and down around your stove pipe without lifting it up off of the stove. This is a standard eave on all of our tents. We reinforce the corners with this reinforced patching, and we reinforce each grommet individually down the side. We supply 2 ropes for the corners and 1 for each grommet down the side of the tent. We like our number 4 grommeter set with our kick press. It does a superior job of making sure all of them are tight, and that's when a grommet performs the best for you, is when it is set tight and it's not allowed to spin. Every now and then we do have a grommet pull out of our tents. That is by design. If you have a piece of webbing or a rope sewn in along your eave, the reason we do not sew webbing or a rope in our eaves is we want this grommet to fail. Whenever we lose a grommet, something really bad has happened. A ATV got caught in the rope, a bear, a horse, a mule, and it tore the grommet out. If we have that webbing or rope sewn in there, instead of that grommet failing, it tears the whole side of the tent out. So our grommets are actually designed to tear out by design. Doesn't happen all that often, but when it does, you'll be glad you just lost 1 grommet instead of the whole side of your tent. An area of confusion on our tents, we provide ropes. They're loosely folded up inside the tent. When you purchase a tent, you'll have to unfold the tent to find them. The ropes will look like this. You'll tie one end, the loose end, to the grommet, and the other end has our tensioner on it. The way the tensioners work, if you grab the rope between the 2 holes and pull, that knot slides up against the hole, and it's just a plug, and you just keep pulling and you make this loop. This loop is what wraps around the stake at the bottom, and the more tension you have on the rope, the better the tensioner holds. So you wrap the loop around the stake and you just slide this tensioner up until it gets tight. Once it gets tight, you let go. The stakes that we provide come in a bag. There's 44 stakes in a bag. There's 2 different sizes of stakes. We have 10-inch stakes and 12-inch stakes. The 10s, the shorter ones, are designed to go through the grommets around the bottom of the tent, and the 12s are designed to go out for your ropes. You want to drive your stake straight up and down. A stake driven straight up and down in the ground has more holding power than one driven at an angle. It's counterintuitive, but it's a fact. It has more ground in the way if you drive it straight up and down. Some people don't like staking through the grommet at the bottom. You can simply turn a grommet into a becket, into a loop, by a short piece of rope with 2 knots on it. What you do is you fold this rope, feed it through the grommet, then you have a loop. So you can use that if you prefer a bigger stake at the bottom. You certainly can do that with our grommets. Stakes is probably the hardest thing to provide for all of our customers. There's just so many different terrains out there. I'd recommend for the 4 corners at least getting some longer rebar. If you happen to set up in a soft marshy area, you'd want a longer stake with more holding power.